Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Mom, for this great privilege. I don't take it for granted. How many of you love God? You love God. I know that is why we're here. But the truth is, we don't love God equally, right? We don't love God equally. So let's turn our Bibles to John 21, verse 15 to 19. But I'm going to just pick some verses. It says, so when they had eaten breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me more than these? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. He said to him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. He said to him, tend my sheep. The first time he said, feed my lambs. The second time he said, tend my sheep. The third time Jesus spoke to Simon, and Simon was hungry. And he said, Simon, do you love me? And Simon said, you know all things. You know that I love you. And Jesus said, feed my sheep. I know we used to say, I love you, Jesus. Sometimes we just say, I love you. But do we know what love really is? How can you tell someone you love him and the way we are living does not show we love him? Love goes beyond words. It goes beyond just saying, Lord, I love you. Can you give your life for Jesus? Can you live truly for him? If you say you love Jesus, you must fellowship with him. You must have a place where you connect with him. You must listen to his voice when he speaks. When you say, I love you, Jesus, it means that you've given your life. You're living a life of consecration. You're living your life of purity, of holiness. It shows in the way we approach things. It shows in our work. It shows in our job. It shows in every aspect of our life. The way we dress, the places we go to. That is what it means to love God. Do you love Jesus? Do you really love Jesus? So Simon Peter, if you check his record, his precedent, you realize that he has a walk with God. He follows Jesus everywhere he goes. He's one of the person that is close to Jesus. And at a point in his life, he thought that you can run this race by the flesh, by the energy of the flesh. Not knowing that nobody can do this thing by himself. So at one point in his life, he denied Jesus 3 times. And he went to fishing. So when he heard that this is Jesus, when Jesus appeared to him on the shore, that cast your nets on the right side when they could not get any fish. Peter had to put on his outer garment. He realized that I'm not well dressed. Are you well dressed? In your spirit, are you well dressed? What is that thing in your heart? God sees everybody's heart. He knows our hearts. If you say you love me more than this, that means money should not be in control of your life. It means that what you are hungry for, your taste, should be his desire. You think that God does, nobody sees your heart, nobody sees what you're doing, but God is seeing it. Our hearts, everything going through in our thoughts, it's like a mirror in the realm of the spirit. So you attract whatever you imagine or you think about. God is telling us this morning, do you love me? Do you love me? If you love me, you will follow me. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. Next week is convention, it's Thanksgiving. What are you coming to thank God with? Loving God is sacrifice. Loving God is sacrifice. You first present yourself that this is the sacrifice I'm presenting to you. Loving God is sacrifice.